Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, September 4, 2024. A by-election will be held on September 30 to appoint a new Member of Parliament for the North East St. Anne constituency. The seat became available yesterday following the immediate resignation of the sitting MP, Marcia Smith. Earlier today, Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced that Senator Matthew Samuda had been selected as the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate for the constituency.
The nomination day will be September 11th, 2024, and the election day will be September 30th, 2024. On Monday last, he tendered his resignation from the Senate and as a minister to make himself available. And at a later stage, I will announce a new appointment for Marcia, who has excellent skills and experience in industrial relations matters.
Mr. Holness says a number of changes will be taking place across the government in the coming months as the administration restructures itself to achieve accelerated growth, efficiency, peace and productivity.
Which will deliver the benefits that you would like to see for yourself, as I have said. Benefits such as better wages, better education, better healthcare, better roads and water. We have planned certain changes to put the administration in a position to refocus and better deliver these well-deserved benefits to the people of Jamaica.
Yesterday marked the fourth year of the current government since taking office in September 3, 2020. Jamaica has signed a $2 billion financial advisory services agreement with the International Finance Corporation, IFC. The IFC is a member of the World Bank Group. Tuesday's signing paves the way for technical cooperation in the execution of 10 major projects that will go through a public-private partnership (PPP) investment process. These will be open to competitive bidding and include the continuation of the North Coast Highway project and the broadband infrastructure. Other areas to be covered under the agreement are water and healthcare infrastructure, focusing on centers of excellence, nephrology and oncology. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke says the projects will be carried out over the medium term of 5 years and beyond. He says this is possible only because the country has the macroeconomic framework in place to structure large transactions that can deliver public infrastructure and public services at an accelerated pace.
However, structuring such transactions and bringing them to market requires technical expertise. It requires relationships. And the IFC is one of the largest structure of infrastructure transactions in the world, and we're privileged to have them as an advisor.
Dr. Clarke says this allows the state to bring a portfolio of opportunities to the market at the same time, which broadens the pool of investors. Investors
will know that they may not win on a single project, but because we are coming with 10 projects, they will have other opportunities.
The finance minister says the objective of the MOU is to lift the standard of living in Jamaica, attract investments in scale, and leverage the macroeconomic environment in the people's interest. The IFC's managing director views the partnership as a way forward.
I'm glad that Jamaica has reached a stage where everybody across the spectrum agree that you need to have the private sector as an engine of growth. And I think that we are happy to be honored, and we are honored to be associated to that effort and to be the strategic partner of Jamaica in structuring those deals, creating that portfolio that will allow to move from unsolicited bid to more solicited bid and larger portfolio that create the direction of Jamaica as a direction for investment in the Caribbean.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the MOU and the developing relationship with the International Finance Corporation, IFC, is an important catalyst in speeding up the country's growth trajectory. Mr. Holness met with the team at his office on Tuesday. He assured the IFC that Jamaica was on a very solid pathway, backed by policies that have created economic stability.
We will continue to nurture them. We will continue to advance them. We've put in place the checks and balances to ensure that any deviation is not too far off, if any. But we see it as a stepping stone. So we have to go now to the next level, which is what this MOU I'm hopeful we'll achieve, and not just the step, but the speed of the step.
Minister with responsibility for water, Senator Matthew Samuda, is encouraging more investment by local companies in the build-out of the country's water infrastructure. He made the call while on a tour of Isratec Jamaica Limited's high-density polyethylene pipe manufacturing plant recently. The company has pledged its support to the development of the country's water infrastructure. Mr. Samuda says addressing the country's water crisis is among the top priorities of the government, and significant capital investments are being directed to this endeavor.
The water needs of Jamaica between now and 2030, if we're able to deploy the number of projects that we need, would be somewhere in the range of $5 billion. It is obvious that Jamaica will need support externally to make this happen, both on the financial side as well as expertise in particular categories. So it is very, very encouraging when local firms are making investment in Jamaica, in the capacity, both on the expertise side and on the equipment side, and certainly on the production side.
Minister Samuda thanked the company for its continued commitment and investments in the country. 4 schools across St. Anne, St. Catherine and St. Andrew will transition from the 2-shift system by the end of this year. They are Ocho Rios and Nagohead Primary Schools and Bridgeport and Pepin High Schools. Minister of Education and Youth, Favour Williams, made the announcement during the transition ceremony for Ocho Rios Primary on Monday. She says the move is part of the ministry's broader mission to enhance school infrastructure across Jamaica.
For years, the shift system has been a necessary part of our educational landscape, but it also brought its own set of challenges. It limited the time our students could spend learning, exploring, and growing. Today, we're breaking free from those limits by moving to a single shift system.
The minister reveals that following the transition of these 4 schools by the end of the year, only 27 institutions will remain on the shift system.
I want to assure you that we are committed to seeing this through until every school on the list has made the switch.
And finally, the Minister of Education says 653 schools across the country had full resumption of classes on the first day of the new academic year. The update comes against the background of significant damage to over 300 schools by Hurricane Beryl, of which 107 were severely impacted. Minister Williams says the ministry worked hard to ensure schools would be ready for the new academic year.
We are here to clear the path. We're not here to give you excuses as to why we couldn't do things. We are the leaders in the education sector. We are the ones to stand up, do the work, to ensure that our students, wherever they are, that they have access to education.
She cautions that while high schools are expected to have all students back in classes by the beginning of next week, some primary institutions may need to stagger their reopening due to the lingering effects of the hurricane. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.